everyone. Welcome to Season 3 of Developer's Edge. I am your co-host, Addison Snidel, and I'm joined today by Chuck Friedman. Chuck?
Oh, I'm just reading this amazing book written by today's guest, Adam DuVander. So I go way back with Adam when we were first discovering and writing and evangelizing APIs to the developer community. Awesome to talk to Adam today. He shares some incredible insights on how to effectively market to developers. He does everything through his firm, EveryDeveloper, which we've had the privilege of working with. And we talk a bit about his book, which is just absolutely sensational. So excited for today's episode.
I feel like Adam is very different from some of the other people we've had as a guest on this season. Developer communication seems like a really fun and important job. That's not something we talk about very often. And one of his main goals is to be genuine in communications to developers. He's not trying to sell them, he's just trying to enable them, which is very important, and give them the tools they need to succeed. And now, Adam DuVander on Developer's Edge.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Season 3 of Developer's Edge. And we're very happy to have our guest, Adam DuVander, who is founder of EveryDeveloper. I've known Adam for a long time. We've been in similar communities, admired his work and his passion for what he does for so long. So I'm very excited to welcome Adam to Developer's Edge. Hey, Adam.
Hey, Chuck. Thanks for having me. Yeah, I'm Adam from EveryDeveloper, and we help developer-focused companies reach developers with authentic content.
So Adam, I know we share a passion for development and developer communities. You have a really interesting and awesome role now with the work that you do. How did you get into this?
Yeah, so it came first from a developer background and then through to journalism and writing about it. And I was the editor of Programmable Web, a directory of APIs, and reported on API news. And from there, realized that the approach that I took from an outside perspective would be really useful for someone to have from an inside perspective. And so that's how I ended up now helping companies be able to reach developers with that.
Can you talk about some of the roles that you've had or where you are today and why you feel that that's special for you to be doing?
Big turning point for me was writing a book on mapping APIs, which then led me into this API world and programmable web, where I was the editor. And then from there, jumping off to the provider side, the first place I went was SendGrid. And really there, I met a lot of developer relations folks at SendGrid at events, when I would be at events through programmable web, and really saw this care for developers that came through in person that I felt like could be amplified with content. And that was really kind of the pitch that we made for the role that I ended up having there in developer communications, is being able to take the things that a developer might say, a developer relations, developer evangelist might say to 50 or 100 or maybe 250 developers. How can we reach many more with that same sort of message? And so helped them be able to scale what they were doing with content. And from there, having other developer relations roles at a database as a service, and then worked for a large cloud provider, and then eventually Zapier, which connects all the APIs together.
So Adam, let's talk about your book, Developer Marketing Does Not Exist. I'm interested in what motivated you to take on a project like this and share some of the insights that you've developed over the years and that you share through your company's work.
Yeah, so the book was always kind of in my mind as I started, as I started EveryDeveloper. But it was coming back from lunch with a friend. We were driving together, and he was kind of saying like, why are you doing this EveryDeveloper thing? And I started talking about doing the right thing for developers and helping marketers be able to do the right thing. And he said, it sounds like what you need is a manifesto. and picturing this like list of tenets on the site and whatever. And I thought, oh yeah, maybe like that wasn't wasn't something that I immediately did, but it then by the time I finished the book, which was a couple of years later, as I closed it out, I realized like that's kind of what this is. It's maybe not as in your face as a manifesto actually is, but it is what I wanted to do is be able to collect the philosophy and the guidelines that we use with our clients at EveryDeveloper, and that I would love to see everyone be able to use and share those out.
What do you like to see amongst the companies that you work with?
So I think that to be able to achieve the goals, even if it's a marketing agenda list of goals, you need to have the same approach anyway, because in the end, you're not going to be successful with developers if you're purely looking to just get a bunch of signups and call it a day, right? At that, call it a quarter. You need to be able to engage those signups. Developers don't want to be tricked into a sign up, or so you want something on the other side of that anyway. They give them a reason to sign up. They're not going to sign up just to sign up. So they want to experiment. They want to be able to use your product and be able to solve their developer problem or learn something new, and being able to have that sort of that, it's more the activation part of the funnel than the acquisition part, but you kind of can't split that too far apart with developers because they want to be able to use something. For your current role now, what's your dream for what DevRel is, both to Akamai and to the developers that you enable?
That's an awesome question. Lucky, probably the best thing we have going for us is we have an incredible team that we've been able to pull together with some tremendous support from leadership all the way up to our executive team. One of our favorite things is to just find ways where developers who are working within their own teams and have tapped into something like a new best practice or a new method have a better outlet, a more encouraging outlet to actually share that to the benefit of the rest of the community. So I think we're on the right path to doing that, but that's really, if we can achieve that relatively soon, I think we'll all be very, very happy. Adam, I can't thank you enough for joining us on Developer's Edge today. It means so much to be able to talk with you. We go quite a ways back. I've admired your career for a long time. You've been an inspiration to me, and I know a lot of us in this community. So thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Chuck. Thanks for having me here. And I'm always open to having a chat like this with you. And anyone who is watching this also, find me at everydeveloper.com or Adam D on Twitter, and let's keep having this conversation. I would love to hear about what you're working on too.
Thanks for joining us today on Developer's Edge. If you like the conversation, be sure to subscribe and check out our other series. For additional content, tune in to the Developer's Edge podcast, available on Google, Spotify, and Apple. Until next time, take care, and we'll talk again soon.